you mentioned, we're talking about Pfizer going forward. You mentioned that the company might split up into three parts, 2 parts, 3 parts, a lot of different ideas being mooted. Walk us through that process of how you're thinking about that decision, because it's, of course, a very important one.
Well, we have 2 basic businesses in the company as a result of being in the business for a long time and also doing acquisitions. We have an innovative business that's focused on creating new cures, and as such dedicates a lot of money into research, and then dedicates a lot of money into education and discussions with physicians and getting new products accepted and working on guidelines and working with universities. And then we have another part of the organization that is selling products that are off patent or about to go off patent. And they sell them differently in emerging markets from the US. In the US, they sell them with 5 people in a room and monitoring quality and monitoring shortages and monitoring what the price levels are. And then in the emerging markets, they do it with huge field forces and selling on the brand. These are 2 completely distinct businesses that need a different strategic set, probably different managers, different cost bases. So the idea is the sum of Pfizer equal its parts, or is it smaller than its parts? In other words, is this slow-moving established products business, is it dragging down the value of the innovative, or vice versa? Or are we not operationally being as efficient as we can? Or are investors perceiving that we're taking money from the established business and subsidizing research, i.e. a bad allocation of capital?
Well, aren't you? Because that's how I thought drug companies work, that you had a certain path where you would have older products that would fund the new products. Otherwise, you end up like Valiant.
No. Some companies don't. I mean, Celgene.
Yeah.
I think to a lesser extent, BMS now is more of a pure innovative. Clearly, the innovation eventually becomes patents, becomes established, but ours is half and half.
Right.
So it's there's 2 big businesses with competing strategic visions. And so the question is, if we split those up, would we unlock value?
What's the answer right now?
Don't know. That's why.
What will determine the answer? Like, what are you going to be looking at over the next few quarters?
We're creating separate operating units. We're giving them as much as autonomy as we can inside Pfizer. We're giving enough information to the street so they can calculate pro forma P&Ls. We're going to start giving them balance sheets, and then we're going to, at the end of 16 latest, when I have the ability to do a transaction if I wanted to, I need 3 years of financials.
Right.
We will look at the company and say, do we believe these 2 divisions are optimally working in Pfizer or not? Could they work better outside? Is there trapped value, i.e. if we look at their PEs or what their PEs should be as independent companies with their earnings, does that give me a higher value of shares, the share price? And can we tax sufficiently realize that value?
Well, there's a saying on Wall Street that nothing happens for no reason. And when you just went through those steps with me, the thought that flashed in my head was, oh my God, he's going to break up Pfizer.
No, there's no decision been taken. It may be that we arrive at the conclusion that the sum of the parts is equal to the whole, and investors are satisfied with our capital allocation, and there are no major difficulties in running those 2 businesses in the same corporate shell. Decision has not been taken.
Okay, and the decision you will have by
we said the latest 4th quarter of 16.